process. I am in a messy state of everything right now. Alright, so I love how it even listens to me. I'm not even streaming Killer Instinct. What is wrong with this thing? I'm just gonna play the intro for a minute while I iron out things.
The preceding announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
But you guys are my first mods, and I want to brand you all. If I ever meet any of you, I am going to put a hot knife here. I'm just going to do that.
The preceding announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
But you guys are my first mods, and I want to brand you all. If I ever meet any of you, I am going to put a hot knife here. I'm just going to do that.
The preceding announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
But you guys are my first mods, and I want to brand you all. If I ever meet any of you, I am going to put a hot knife here. I'm just going to do that. Waiting on.
The preceding announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
But you guys are my first mods, and I want to brand you all. If I ever meet any of you, I am going to put a hot knife here. I'm just going to do that.
The preceding announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
But you guys are my first mods, and I want to brand you all. If I ever meet any of you, I am going to put a hot knife here. I'm just going to do that.
The preceding announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
But you guys are my first mods, and I want to brand you all. If I ever meet any of you, I am going to put a hot knife here. I'm just going to do that.
The preceding announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
But you guys are my first mods, and I want to brand you all. If I ever meet any of you, I am going to put a hot knife here. I'm just going to do that.
The preceding announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Oh wow, that video is terrible. Hi, I just realized there's 2 people in here. Give me 1 second. Having some issues today. Oh my goodness. Oh, that makes sense. Alright, yeah, I'm not even worried about that. Alright, so hi, a couple of you that are in here, thank you for joining. I don't even know what I'm here to talk about. I'm just probably gonna ramble and I don't even know. See, things like that keep happening. There we go. Sorry, I was also simultaneously testing this neat little tripod I got going on. It doesn't seem to like the the cable connected to the back of it, but I'll get to that. I don't know. Sometimes I just wonder. I can't understand what it's like to do things that are going to keep one from being happy. Like if someone were to... I know I shouldn't have waited so long to start the stream. So many people in this world, it seems, have an inability to stop self-sabotaging and don't even know they're doing it a lot of times. But I guess it's that whole lead a horse to water but you can't make him drink, or I don't know, something about having to make people think it's their own idea before they realize that it's actually what they want to do. I'm bad with quotes today. I made very little preparation for this in the first place. As you can see, I don't even have something going on other than a little bit of a little action as far as the camera goes. Got some background. Let's put something in the background. Some kind of... I'll just turn the sound off, let a visualizer go. Maybe that'll be nice. Anyhow, I'm surprised there's still 2 of you here, honestly. I just feel like every day I run across an individual, all sorts of individuals really, and I feel like the fixation ends up being less so how they are impacting the world, but it's how the world wishes to impact them. And almost as if they don't have control of their destiny. And it kind of saddens me. I've noticed that people in this day and age have had so much cognitive dissonance, like whether it be from schooling, you know, being told all sorts of nonsensical things that no one's ever going to need, mostly because a lot of it's untrue, like learning things in public schooling. And yeah, I'm really glad I used this tripod actually at this moment, because everything around me is a complete and total mess. I'm in the process of making monitors sit where they're supposed to. Hell, I might even decide to melt something, because I could be evil. I'm not really sure, but we'll find out. That's yet to be seen. But just the way so many people, including myself at times, see what is going on around them, but they think that they're not an active part of it. there's a need for community in this world, I do believe. And I do have it on multi-stream, being able to see what's going on with a lot of with the chats, only on Twitch and YouTube, possibly my website, I don't know. I'm not even sure how many people are in here, because right now the count keeps jumping between 1 and 2, and in the past I've learned that sometimes just has people temporarily, like, for some reason not being counted, and they haven't even left, but it matters not. I mean, this world sometimes feels like a burden. Sometimes it wants to disgust people. Sometimes it's not the world at all. Sometimes it's people projecting. Sometimes it's people that... Sometimes it's just a little bit of everything. And I feel like everyone has this sense... has either this sense of purpose that drives them unknowingly, and there's a ton of people that feel like they were born for something truly special, and not saying these people aren't, but what if all humans default to that feeling, just chemically or otherwise? I mean, I wonder things like that. And there's people that have been rejected by so many things, so many people that they truly care about in their lives, that they don't feel they deserve to be loved. They see all the things in front of them, and they default to wanting the things, subconsciously anyway, that makes them, it's going to keep them feeling in that state where they're not loved. And that's what really gets me. I can't fathom that. I don't understand it. But don't fully understand it anyway, but I can say I understand the reasoning behind it, and I understand that no one ever needs to feel stuck. No one needs to feel unloved. There is plenty of ways to find not only self-worth from within, which is the way it should be sought, but when people actively try and push things that are good for them out of their lives, it just brings me deep sadness, because I'm sure if that's more than just my my stream bot in here, which I have no idea. Thank you if you actually are in here chilling. I don't know. I don't even know if my stream bot counts as a person or not. At the moment, I don't really care. I'm streaming for my own mental health right now, believe it or not. Maybe to help someone out, but the odds of them watching, probably slim. Doesn't matter. I just sometimes I get a voice that sort of within me that tells me, hey, do this. You don't need to worry about why, just do it. And whenever I trust that, usually good things come from it. Sometimes nothing, but more good things than not. I trust myself more than I realize, and that is, I don't even know if I can be heard right now. I never even thought about that. Okay, yeah, you should be able to hear me. Sorry. However, I can keep busy indefinitely because I am easily entertained, and I never run out of things that I should be doing. And awesome. I don't know why the browser just killed itself. I did have an Instagram feed going, but someone must have reported it. Yep, it just decided to minimize itself. hey, I'm actually kind of in the feed. Sorry, Instagram is so weird. I don't understand why they would limit it to the 16:9 format. That's just craziness in a box. I keep forgetting I can stream on Instagram, but they prefer I use a phone, apparently. I'm trying to get in the center of that. I can actually see the Instagram feed. Oh well, enjoy half my face. I don't really give a shit. Instagram. Deuces. The right way. Anyway, yeah, I'm still fighting with this cord. Yeah, so time moves by way too fast. Oh, okay. Alright. I didn't expect to be this unprepared because I had done a ton of things in preparation to get this going, but in that process I lost my flow. I knew I should have just recorded it on one of my various recording, editing, whatever software suites, but last time I did that, we had that little issue of it looking like crap definition, and now it's not going anywhere. Sorry, I'm learning this. It's got a little stick so I can like make things move around and all this other jazz, but me don't think it was made for a webcam. Anyway, I actually think I'm going to be doing a stream hardware giveaway. If you would like to, I am going to leave the stream up just for that reason, actually. If you have always wanted to stream and your whatever is decent enough, whatever you'd be using is decent enough to get a basic stream out, like even if it's just 720p, whatever, let me know in the comments, since I'm streaming everywhere but Twitter, because Twitter people have more things to deal with, or X, whatever, have more interesting things to talk about and deal with, like fake dead Palestinian baby. I should watch what I say more on here. I know I say I don't care about my my YouTubes, even though I technically don't, but I have more subs on BitChute that I never even visit, and Rumble. I don't have a lot of subs, but I got more views there than I do here on a lot of things, especially the longer form podcasts. But I just figured a workaround to TikTok not letting me stream without 1,000 followers. So anyone that ends up watching this, just for shits and giggles, go hit me up on TikTok. It's probably the same handle I have on X or Instagram or whatever. I'm pretty sure it's the same. TEKZER0. Anyway, while I do have a bunch of construction efforts to do right now, I need to get my mind back on task here. So, oh yeah, let me know in the comments if you'd like to get your stream game going on in a better fashion. Let me know why, let me know what you're working with, all that stuff. I'm going to pick one person and give some of my extra equipment to. I got, shit. I could probably throw a concert. I have enough random AV supplies, but no, I'm actually going to do something extra special. It's not going to be just a hand-me-down from me this time, but enough about that. I could do a raffle, but I feel like listening to people's stories, seeing what's going on with people out there, and you know, there's something about life that is fascinating. You see, in reality, when people are looking for answers, I find it's not really the answer in which they seek. It's the adventure that further defines the question. It's the journey, and people get so fixated on the answer or wanting to keep whatever problem it is, because maybe on some level they know that the answer is not what they want. But we need to, as humankind, we need to just most of us need to slow down. Everyone's so fixated with keeping up in the rat race, it seems, these days. And they don't smell the flowers. They don't see the forest for the trees. They want to keep themselves so unnervingly busy that they don't have time to think, or be so involved in music, which they say helps them, when it's definitely a helpful activity, but chances are, if you're doing nothing but working your ass off and doing nothing but listening to music, you're not doing any real self-work, because there's only so many songs, and it just becomes an echo chamber like X, which is actually the reason I'm not streaming there right now, the main reason. But I believe in this society, I know most people are making excuses like ADHD, I can't concentrate, blah, 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 blah. Every single one of you, unless you are severely brain damaged, has the ability to control what your mind and body does. And 20 years ago, every single psychologist would say that something like depression or whatever is temporary and it can be fixed, because it can be. It's just now it makes them too much money, so they're going to make you think you have a disorder for life, when unless it's some kind of genetic disorder or real damage, which damage in your brain can be healed. I'm sorry, anyone who disagrees can get a new career if that's their career, because I've seen it happen myself, with brain functions being restored, cancer disappearing almost entirely within a month's period, and no harmful radiation required, things like that. Believe me or don't, there was a whole room full of people that watched that happen. So it's like a spoon bending circle. I know I'm way the hell off topic here, but you can have a whole, out at the local college, WVP, they used to have a spoon bending circle every year. If I remember correctly, it was every year anyway. And the reason why it worked every single time is because there was always at least one person in there that had seen and attended the event before and knew that it was possible, 100%. We are amazing creatures in a way that we can control every aspect of how our mind works, how our creativity works. We can make compromises, we can not make compromises, we can do whatever we put our mind to. It's a matter of willingness. It's how bad do you want something, and are you willing to do what it takes to achieve it. I've had some downtime lately, a lot of thinking time, a lot of time to think, and I actually forgot for a bit that I had a ton of work when it gets warm out to bury myself in, and I'm super excited about that. Like, I can't wait to go through some mind-numbing, like, age-increasing work, because, first of all, a lot of people didn't think I could do it, especially without a YouTube, but none of the shit I've been doing lately, I've really looked up, except for changing brakes, because brakes on a vehicle are infinitely complicated in my opinion, and I hope I can find someone that I know knows how to do it the proper way to do my other set of brakes and rotors that I don't want to deal with, because yeah, the other side's going to shit. Anyway, not to burden you with that, my point is, we are all capable of doing whatever the hell we want to do. It's just a matter of wanting to do it. Sometimes you have to, I mean, most people are pretty good, I know I am, but most people in general are pretty good at being able to trick themselves, because they know themselves the most, into being in whatever mood they want to be. And every time people say I can't, or I have this problem, it's excuses. Come on, man. Sorry, I had to make fun of the brain dead in chief right now. Come on, man. Anyway, I won't take up too much more of y'all's time. I found this custom controller that I forgot I had, and it hasn't really worked too well from day one. It had some messed up. Yeah, these are metal thumbsticks. Sweet. But I'm going to replace the thumbstick mechanism under them, I believe, and that is going to be how I get outside of myself. Yeah, I have about 50 projects within a 2-foot radius. Well, 50 projects, maybe 100, within a 20-foot radius of my body right now. All of them begun. And I'm sure I'll finish all of them by the end of the night, but sometimes you gotta do the thing, like Mystic River, I believe, is the name of the movie and the book. It's got Clint Eastwood as a detective. I think it's Clint Eastwood, yeah. And he's training this new, like, partner, and they're having a hell of a time trying to figure out where they're out of clues, they're out of breadcrumbs, you know, there's nothing more to be found out. They just gotta piece things together in their head, and they're stuck. Oh, they're stuck. And so the character Clint Eastwood plays is like, you know what? Let's have a slice of pie at the diner. And the guy he's training is like, what the hell is this guy on? You know, like, what's pie got to do with anything? That's not going to help us solve a murder. And so they go into the diner, and they're sitting there bullshitting, you know, just taking a break from everything in general. And they're eating this pie, right? Well, about a minute into their conversation, suddenly the rookie's like, I know the answer. And he had that aha moment. It's because of the distraction. If more people were good at distracting themselves and not blaming it on, like, disabilities that even the person who came up with the disability said that he made up, it's a matter of self-control in this society. And I know for a fact there's probably close to 1 million people that believe me, because there's millions of people talking on message boards saying the exact same thing. Just, they're not saying it to the right people in the right way, or to anyone that cares usually. I'm crawling all over the web all the time. I don't turn my sound off on my phone or notifications, because I would miss a lot. And it's not that I would miss a lot, it's that I don't really talk about it much, but I'm on most all platforms I can even conceive of that I'm aware of right now. And I help people out with things throughout the day. I give counseling sessions to people that don't even really know they need it sometimes. I'm not saying I'm any kind of saint or anything special, but I have yet to have one person ever come up and tell me that I ruined their life because they took my advice. It's usually a matter of people just saying my advice ain't for them and going about their business and continuing in the same state of mind they were in before. However, at least twice a year now that I'm older, it was a lot more whenever I was younger, but I get thanked just for being myself. And usually that includes, like, the advice, because I can't help but shove what I believe in and think would be good for people down their throats to the point where they don't want to listen. But those that actually take the time to get to know me, and I'm sure if anyone, yeah, there's a couple of you here. One of them could be a stream bot. Oh, hello, McCoy. What's up, brother? I'm happy that you're here. I was actually happy that you were in that live not far back. That was interesting. I think that live that we were guests in started off as a good stream. I went all, I'm the great Cornholio, and, you know, I was literally sucking energy from that chat. I don't know if you could tell or not, bro, but, like, I was sucking energy from that chat for a purpose, mainly because no one would say everything everywhere all at once. And I wonder if they even realize that if one of them had just said that, even, like, under the breath really low to where I could barely hear it, and it didn't bother the stream at all, I would have stopped. I would have stopped all the energy harvesting, and I wasn't trying to screw up the chat. I'm not like a bot, even though I get called Chat GPT at least once a day whenever I'm texting. But I must say that I got in this mode. I've never actually felt my body vibrate as if I were on some powerful like mescaline or something. I don't know. I felt my entire body vibrating. That is how much energy that I took from the chat. Like, I don't know if you could tell, if you could feel it, but yeah. So if you're in there, McCoy, and you could feel me sucking literal energy like by the ton from that chat, let me know, because I'm actually interested whether people could tell I was doing that or not. However, it was for a purpose. I have a dream catcher that I've been working on. I've never seen a black dream catcher organically. Like, I'm sure I could go Google and find tons of them, but I've never just seen one. So that's what I'm working on. It's got some turquoise, of course. Who doesn't look? Oh, I also got a turquoise paint pen, which I'm pretty happy about. Or paint marker, I think. I don't even know what this color is. I think it says torsion twist. Oh no, that's how to get it off. Oh, yellow armadillo. Okay, that's news to me. I thought it was greenish something or other, but sure. And let's see. That's white. Trust me, there was a point to this. I just need to see the marker before I remember what it is. Nope. Maybe nope, this is metallic silver. Maybe I didn't get turquoise. But I had something in my hand. Oh yeah, an ink pen. I got an assortment of pens because I realized that none of my pens worked. And this little guy makes me happy. I don't know. I just know these Pilot G2 pens write pretty well. They're nice gel pens. I recommend them if you're in a pinch, and they come in different colors. Anyway, that's not... That message wasn't a paid endorsement, of course, either, so... Eat it, YouTube advertisers. You're never gonna get my soul anyway. But, alright, now, that ringtone from Archer definitely made me forget what I was saying. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. The Dreamcatcher, it's going to be a special one. I don't know what to do with it yet. So also, if you have any ideas what to do with a Dreamcatcher that I literally siphoned forcibly, I think there was about 8 people in that chat that night, and in the other chat there's probably like 4 or 5 people. I siphoned a good bit of energy off people. I've never felt my body vibrate like that. That was kind of cool. But I was using the cyclical breathing, so at least they can't say I took nothing away from that chat, even though I was already aware of it beforehand. But at least I was practicing the things they were live streaming about as I was trying to make everything sexual out of my own entertainment, because no one would say one simple phrase. And I don't know. It was funny watching everyone dance around, finding how many ways they could say everything everywhere all at once, because it summed up their entire live stream. And I am actually impressed by how many different ways they found to say it without saying it. I wonder if I was even being a problem, or how long it took them to notice that that was what their entire stream was about. I don't even know if that phrase even makes sense. It does to me. Sometimes I feel like I can conceive all things just when I'm doing my out-of-body thing, and still have yet to meet that person that tethers me enough to be able to help me sort out whenever I have that feeling of conception with it. Like, occasionally though, I'll run into people on accident that just know the right thing to say, and it's like almost like they've reached into the ether and just sort of pulled out Anubis, I don't know why you're hitting me with your butt, but you're not getting anywhere with it. And I'm no longer going to scratch your butt for you sitting there hitting me with it, because you're going to knock me out this chair. Sorry, like, I can't even sit right in the chair because, no, you're not getting in the chair with me. I got this in my ass, and, oh God, that's what was hurting so much. Oh yeah, let's get that drill out of there. Oh wow. Also, if anyone from Andres or whoever's crew that would be interested, I found one of these little pocket spinner things. I forget what they're called, but it's a Power Ranger one. It might be valuable, might not be, I don't know. I'm looking to give this up too. So if anyone's interested, drop me a line somewhere. I'm everywhere. If you can't find me, then you shouldn't be on the internet, honestly. But people don't like me telling them how I feel it is, and they always specify that it's how I feel it is. I try not to speak on things unless I'm in like a group where I feel like everyone is so much smarter than me and stuff like that. Yeah, I might chime in some things and like go fishing, trying to make conversation, and might embellish on things that I don't know what I'm talking about. But most of the time, if I feel the need to speak on it and I'm not emotionally charged either by someone else thinking I'm emotionally charged and they're emotionally charged in reciprocation of their perceived way that they believe I'm feeling, which I don't understand. There's a lot of people that definitely do have empath abilities, but I don't understand why they're wrong about me 99% of the time. Is it because I am reflecting the emotion I'm picking up from them and not realizing it? I'm starting to wonder, because I must say that I get projected on a lot. I mean, a lot. And I find myself getting told a lot that I feel a certain way, and then when I tell them how I really feel, they don't believe me. I don't know what to do about that one, but I know if I project too strong of emotion, usually people disappear real fast, because that's when the whole realist version of me just sets in, and I tell people the glass 1/18 full way I see things, rather than the average 3/4 of the way full. And yeah, I might say things backwards a lot, but that's something that most people, if they take the time to understand, then they'll just get it and restate what I say in their own head the way they know I mean it. But it's what bothers me is when people take what I do say and pick apart certain words of it, and then miss the point entirely, or don't let me get to the point. And yeah, sometimes there's not really much of a point. Like this live stream probably has no point. I just felt like talking. This is how I do my counseling. Usually, not always. Usually I counsel myself in text by annoying the shit out of people's, you name it, that I know probably aren't going to read it anyway, so I just type whatever comes to mind on there, like free associative writing. That's the best way to describe what I was doing in that live. By the way, Bernie, if you end up watching this, oh, wow. Hello, extra people. I didn't know more people showed up. Anywho, yeah, that's what was going on. I hope you know, Bernie, Julia, all you folks that probably enjoy me least turning into the great Cornholio in the live streams. That's just me gathering. I didn't realize I could gather energy from everyone or suck it out. I don't really know what happens, but that was a cool feeling, vibrating. Like, I'd never felt my skin vibrate while sober before, so thanks for not banning me from that live. I swear to God. There's about 50 different devices trying to get a hold of me, and I don't know why. But I don't mind. Yeah, have you ever had that feeling like you just want to go all bum hunter on a friend of yours and just pull their hood over their head while they're sleeping, duct tape them to the building outside, and duct tape their wallet up for no reason, just as an added insult to injury, and throw it on the roof of your building? Yeah, that happened once. Not to me, but I was definitely a participant of it. I had a pretty good Australian accent, which I'm not even going to try to duplicate right now, but it was definitely an interesting video to make. But that's not how I'm feeling right now. Actually, it's barely raining, but as soon as this rain ceases a little bit more, I am going to, well, let me show you what I just recently got. I don't even know I'm wearing headphones because I'm not listening to anything. Aha. Here we are. The Peace Ditto is a song, of, the Black Dreamcatcher that you guys aren't going to get to see it again until I'm finished, so. But I am going to take one of these feathers, and I'm very upset that you can find imitation any animal body part except for eagle claws, and the only ones you can find of those are 3D printed, and they usually suck. What happened to all these people that I actually don't want to know? Maybe it wasn't totally an up and up thing, but you used to be able to go to powwows and get imitation eagle claws, and they were pretty indistinguishable from the originals. But out of there, come on. I know this is most likely a dyed turkey feather, but it's Tweety. I don't make sure that the Instagram feed can see it because it's pulling the whole 16:9 phone nonsense. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Take a little walk around the property a bit. I got some white Indian sage. It's really a great smell. I love how it makes people that are, I don't know whether it's evil people or people that are just snowflakes, can't take the smell of it without vomiting everywhere. I guess I got really used to it from going to powwows most of my life with my uncle, which is something I would love to do again. But it's where I not only made or got the ability to weave a black widow spider's web, which is traditionally what's in the middle of a dream catcher, but they had to have been burning like pounds and pounds of this sort of sage, because the first few times I thought I was going to die from the smell, how strong it was. It was pungent. And I don't even think you can reach that level of pungence in sage without having mass amounts of it, but that all kind of links me back. I say a lot of things that people believe are off the wall batshit crazy, and most of the time people just kind of just brush it off. It's a Corbetism or something, or he just likes making shit up, whatever, blah blah blah. I used to take this it was like a Civil War era, I think, bugle, and like it was the kind that people would, help wake people up. Maybe it was Boy Scouts from just I don't even know when Boy Scouts started, It was a very old bugle, I'll put it that way, and I'm pretty sure it was used for waking people up. Anyway, I would sound terrible, and I'd be walking in circles in my driveway just tooting this I'll try to keep my cussing down to a minimum. I'm sorry, I know some of you guys don't like when I'm cursing as an adjective in place of the word but I thank you to the one person that actually got better at putting up with that shit. Because if you think I cuss a lot, you ought to see my sister. She's like a sailor, and she's got more college education than I have, and her go-to word is fuck. But if I'm gonna be streaming at TikTok, I better curb a lot of that. But then again, I might go on a protest against all things Chinese. Matter of fact, you guys need to get the quantum user experience. It is never going to be this low of a price again, and before long, this version of the internet, which is still the backbone of the United States government's emergency communication system, and they still have all the off switches. Actually, all it takes is one. They can hit one button and put all this internet gone forever if they wanted to, if they weren't making so much damn money through shell corporations for it. But it's not why we're here. And oh yeah, I didn't fully address to the public why I haven't put out episode 2 of Destruction of a Generation. According to OpenSense, the people that programmed my router, that made the programming for my custom router, because I do the whole 10 gigabit LAN internal network thing, even though I only get gigabit fiber anyway. I like my internal network to be fast, so I can transfer files faster, stream movies faster from other computers, fun stuff. But I definitely got hacked, and I am 99.999% positive it was an attack because I wasn't careful enough, because I didn't think that I was important enough to matter what I said. And I thought government might have found me too crazy to even put mine to, but I don't know anyone else who would be threatened by interviews that I told no one about until after the hack and my server was all but destroyed. And I have no redundancy on my server now. I'll just put it that way. And I had to take half a week to figure out how to reprogram my router, because the OpenSense people said it was just some kind of bug that I was dealing with, when bugs don't tend to delete all the logs, access logs, or only delete the firewall. And that was only possible because they rewrote code into my Hue hub that controls the smart lighting. They rewrote code into that, so whenever it got offline and came back on, the second the LAN, because it's hooked up by cord, so the second the router flipped on, it sent code to my OpenSense to delete the firewall, which, because of the way it's naturally set up, like if the firewall is not there, it's not going to give you outside access to the internet. So they were making sure they secured their back door in or whatever. Had I decided to just shut everything off and be all crazy, like I probably should have been in retrospect. I had no idea that they were in my server for more than 6 hours, and they destroyed probably, well, I didn't delete really anything from 1995 until that day when I didn't have the choice anymore. I'm stuck with random bits of things since then, but they definitely systematically targeted most of the pictures of my son's birth, because they knew that would hurt me, and they definitely eradicated all traces of all the military interviews I had. Well, there were the three military interviews that I had, proving that the Democrats and Republicans are on the same side, and they're all lying to us with every single thing, whether it's on Rumble, it's on Fox News, everyone claiming to be a Democrat and Republican, or anywhere in between, anyone political. They're either a useful idiot or they're all working for the same person. It's all a show. It's an active theater, and if those who vote and know all this, that's fine, because things can always get worse, especially in a country full of retards. It is what it is. I'm not going to censor myself in that regard, but when you've seen people with college degrees, of all things, not drunk, jousting on four-wheelers, thinking that they're protected by a football helmet and some pillows, then there's no hope for the devolution of mankind, like, at that point. I mean, and people still run around defending their college degrees. Your college degree doesn't mean shit other than you're really good at being indoctrinated and being a parrot. That's all it means. Get some technical schooling. Most people that just get like on the job training or like go to school for a specific trade, they're going to make 10 times more. Because, I mean, you got to think about it this way. When people are running these statistics saying that, oh, you'll make blah, 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 if you go to college and have that degree, blah, 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 like these doctors, they've all sold their souls out. And the ones that haven't quit or retired or went holistic, then they're complete garbage in my opinion. If they cared about helping people, they would do the things that help people instead of letting the completely irresponsible mindset that they've been indoctrinated into themselves of, let's listen to the drug rep because the drug rep is going to tell me the truth, and that's their job, Everyone does their job. Please. Now, I'm not dogging on surgeons. Surgical people, as long as they're not just winging something, well, actually, sometimes people do need to wing stuff. You got to step out that box sometimes, especially if you're intelligent. Like, I don't know how many of you have saw the Mayfair Witches. I think that's what the series is called, based on the Anne Rice book. The series of books, anyway, about the witches rather than the vampires. Anyway, I hope it comes back for more seasons because I believe Rowan, the main character, it was a surgeon, excellent surgeon, and it's embellished beyond realism, like to the point where her genetic witch powers helped her be able to focus in, zero in, and see in her mind's eye what was wrong with people. And like, say, if it's a cancer cell, she could concentrate on that and burst it. But she didn't realize that she was assisting herself in that way at first. But she did have a reputation for being an excellent surgeon, and it was second nature to her. But that was only because she was unaware of what she was truly capable of. And that's how I feel most people are. Now, the most interesting things happen, in my experience anyway, when there's one person with you that a lot of people might not take as credible, but I don't know. There's always that person that's real stoned with you or something, and something completely off the wall happens, and we're all like, yeah, man, it's like a Technicolor rainbow. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I don't know. That was terrible. I was trying to mimic Matthew Lillard and appear more burnout than I already am at the same time. It didn't work too well. But I digress. People need to believe in themselves. And I just wish that I had the ability to teleport so I could be with people in times of need and show them that I can, that I'm not that bad with advice. If I actually go out of my way to give someone advice, I mean, no one's literally ever told me that I give bad advice. I don't think I give good advice. I think I bring out the worst in people personally, but I mean, something about me must trust myself, because other people that have taken the time to get to know me trust me enough to listen to what I got to say whenever I actually feel the need to say it. Because it's hard for me to tell people how I truly feel whenever it could have confrontation. I hate confrontation. it may seem like I love it and thrive on it, which on the internet I have to compensate and troll the hell out of people. Otherwise, I'm going to lose my freaking mind sometimes. And that's a bad habit I've gotten into. I couldn't even fathom what made people want to troll, even after watching the episode of South Park about it, or episodes. I couldn't fathom it. It just seemed like a ridiculous waste of time. And now, I don't know. I've got to the point where I'm starting to enjoy people hating me. That's weird, because maybe it's my soul's way of saying I want people to hate me because it crushes the ego further and makes it so people are less likely to listen to me. Maybe I am doing some self-sabotaging myself in that aspect. I don't know, but it feels good. It's like all these nonsensical, especially you conservatives, I'm sorry, this emo boy's crack goes out to Jesus' penis, something like that, plastic Jesus, blah blah blah. I'm not trying to deal with that shit. You people that are running around talking about God this, God that all the time are making more people turn away from goodness. Whether you realize it or not, you are half of the problem. And these atheists, or actually, maybe it's just I'm sorry, flat earthers. You guys are called. I don't give a shit. Either that, I know you people can't be that stupid. And now I've been told, or there's been huge discussions by people, psychologists, stuff like that, saying that it's a problem that comes along with being a narcissist. So maybe like these NPCs are waking up just enough that their lack of conceptualization of things larger than themselves is skewing their programming. I don't know. I don't even know if NPCs are what I more and more often hear people in the way they're described as such. Like lately I've been hearing NPCs described as people that don't have that inner monologue, that don't have the ability for compassion or love or things like that, and they don't have souls. I hear so much shit like that. I don't know. I think that in my experience and in my my observations, 9 times out of 10 it's the people with the best intentions that are ignorant of the way they go about things, or the things that they don't see because they're too focused on whatever task it is. Like, for instance, how many times in a Power Ranger series or any kind of superhero show if you truly thought about it, how many of those times were the bad guys almost entirely created because the good guys had their heads up their own ass and just were too self-indulgent to realize that there's always those dark episodes. And I think Marvel and DC for finally bringing that shit to light in the last decade, but it's not enough, because no one likes to focus on the dark past chronicle of Thor or whatever. It's more mindless self-indulgence with that anyway. But like, they're not focusing on the fact that like there's a good possibility that beyond the machinations and progress with like the Emperor in Star Wars, Palpatine, yeah, him and some others were definitely pushing who would be known later as Vader to the dark side. But how many of the Jedi were shoving him right along as well, and just were too involved in themselves to realize what they were doing? I think as people we need to step back and be more mindful of our actions. For every action there's an equal yet opposite reaction. And mindfulness is definitely something that needs to be done. I'm actually, as a realization, I'm going to quit my trolling unless it's absolutely funny. But I mean, no one, very few get my dark humor anyway, and most people can't even tell that I'm joking. So I might as well just quit trolling altogether. But sorry, not sorry, but like, some of y'all just need to grow up. See that anything can be funny if you think about it in the right way. I don't care. To those who know, I guess. But I'm going to take this colorful torch that someone left here, which I think is hilarious. I keep thinking this was a vape. I've tried to hit it like 4 times and almost singed my face off, but oh good. And they leave it almost out of juice, because I've noticed it's not currently raining. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'll give you guys my usual outro just because I like making things, and this is going to be the last stream I have with my intro and outro the way it is, because I am going all new format. I'm going to take more use more of the resources provided to me between my video editing software, and I'll try this cap cut stuff that I keep hearing about, but I don't yeah, it can do some cool things that might take me 6 hours to do manually with Cyberlink Power Director or something. But I'll check it out, try it, let you guys know. Well, you'll see it obviously if you attend another stream, but I'm going to be streaming more, and I'm going to have things more organized in a way that I'm less stressed out. Like, I'm going to get a Stream Deck, first of all. I am tired of not having buttons that are programmed. Yeah, there's programmable buttons on my keyboard, but that requires me to open yet another program, because I don't know, I'm just meh. That's why I don't use voice mod anymore. Although, if any of you on Twitch miss the fact that you used to be able to change my voice into
Where's little baby stands? It's just I'd be like meatball or something. Just turn into a meat buoy.
You know, I think it's hilarious when people can turn my voice into whatever they want to, whenever they feel like it, for free. Because I could be talking right now, and this conversation could be a lot more interesting, but a few of you have stuck around, so that makes me happy, at least. Definitely. And if you happen to be here, Bex, I want to thank you too, because yeah, I can't fully relate to a lot of topics you have out there, but you're a very insightful person when it comes to your lives, and you just, nothing's off the table to talk about. And I respect that. Actually, a lot of people that I've been viewing live lately have been just whatever's whatever. It's like, whatever, man. And the bitch is whatever. Sorry. That was ill thought out of me, because I know, Bex, you are all about the respect for women and stuff, and I shouldn't have referred to women as bitches in the same sentence when I started off addressing you. I apologize for that. And I would enjoy it if you did get on my case later, if you're even watching this. I don't know if you are. I don't know who's watching this other than hopefully McCoy. Yeah, I don't know. I won't blame you if you dipped out though, brother. But you definitely helped me out a good bit in that stream about everything everywhere all at once. And I need to be in more audiences with you, because that was pretty fly. I don't know why I just said that. Pretty fly. But on the upside, I have so much random stuff around me right now that it's going to make me freak out if I don't start cleaning it up. So, first, I'm going to go on a staging spree. And in this situation, I'm not going to tell anyone to stay white or any of the other catchy shit from 20 years ago that might have been trendy, might have not. I never knew. People always did whatever I started doing, and then said they made it up later, so I never cared. I just think it's funny. But I like offending everyone equally, so I'm gonna make it seem like I am about to consume the camera with my chest, but really I'm just gonna throw it on the outro. enjoy it because it'll be the last time you see this outro probably, and I think it's hilarious because it's Macho Man Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan tripping out on hallucinogens as the vocals in the background. I had to slow it down because I got tired of them trying to sue me over at Ass Hats of the World. I didn't want to address them by name because to give them name gives them power. Yes. So peace and salmon.
Is it the stratosphere, man? Is it the ionosphere with the madness and the mania as one guiding force?
Oh, by the way, I didn't see that till just now. Thank you for chilling, McCoy. You helped me out with that live stream. Whoever gets that awesome Dreamcatcher is going to be super empowered with all the energy I stole that night. So thank you for helping me in that. It's going to be a special Dreamcatcher. I'm going to show you first when it's done. Peace and love.